Hey, Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. And it is a rainy day here in Southern Kentucky. Maybe not so much at the exact moment that I'm doing this podcast at 8:07, the current time, but it has been rainy. It looks rainy from the Plano cam, and it is going to continue to be rainy, not just today, but tonight and tomorrow, maybe even into early Friday before we begin to see any relief from the showers that have been, there around here and there. We haven't had anything too serious or too heavy, but that may change this afternoon as we get a few breaks in the clouds, possibly. It may not happen, but if we do get a few breaks in the cloud cover this afternoon, then that would lend itself to, possibly a few stronger storms. But the big severe weather threat is ongoing right now, and it's way down south in the Gulf of Mexico, parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, even into parts of Alabama. That's where the nasty weather is going on. Severe weather going on this morning, and it's going to be relentless for those folks. So that in itself tells me that most of the stronger or the best energy for thunderstorms and severe weather is going to stay down south, although we may get just a little sliver or a little taste of it at some point today or tomorrow. It is a possibility, which I'll talk about in just a second. Here is a look live downtown Bowling Green from our AAA Systems Reservoir Hill cam. You can see it is cloudy and quiet off in the distance, even a little mist or fog mixing with some occasional raindrops, but there's just not a lot, enough to just maybe hit the windshield wiper, the mist setting on your windshield wiper, and that's about it. Or if something, road spray throws it up on your windshield from another vehicle, there's that. But as far as any real organized rainfall, not seeing that right now, but we will as we go through the day. And as I mentioned, into tonight and tomorrow. So let's take a look at this. Let's scan it in detail. Here, I'll start with the map, the current map this morning. By the way, I had somebody ask me yesterday in the in YouTube comment about what map this is with the detail on it. That is called windy.com. You see it right up here, right there. Windy.com. I recommend it. It's a it's a website that you can load up. Now they have a premium site and just a freebie site. It just depends on how much data you want and how you want to massage that data. Some of it gets, sort of technical, but it's very colorful, very high detailed. I love it for that reason. But it's windy.com. They also have an app where you can download it and see all of these items that I normally use. This is the wind part. Winds are coming up out of you see the arrows out of the southeast, 5 to 10. There's not a lot of wind going on right now, but you do see with this system that's down across the Gulf of Mexico where all the nasty weather's going on. You see the tighter lines here, which means there's a lot of wind from really two systems, the high pressure to the east and the low pressure system that's up over the Gulf of Mexico. Let's turn on the radar, and you can see that over southern Kentucky this morning, and you can zoom in, you can get as tight as you want. Again, it's windy.com. You see just really not much going on right here. Best shower activities up toward Louisville, Bardstown, Lebanon, Danville, Harrodsburg. Well, let's go on down to the Gulf Coast because that's where the action is going on this morning. Look at this. Tupelo, Mississippi, heavy rain, thunderstorms, Texarkana, Shreveport, but the really strong stuff And there have been some tornado warnings this morning around, parts of Louisiana, then outside of Jackson, Louisiana, not Mississippi, but Jackson, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, on over to New Orleans. But look at this. I mean, this is just look at all those lightning strikes. Really deep purples there, and no smoke on the water from this deep purple. It's severe weather and numerous flood warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and yes, even tornado warnings. And you see the little lightning strikes that just pop up now and then. But that's a nice bowing segment, lots of wind, damaging wind potential as it bows out right there, as it's moving in across, and just about to move into Baton Rouge this morning. So that's where the best energy is being spent this morning. And that means we will not see as much of that severe weather energy up here. Those southern stream storms often tend to rob us of potential energy, convective available potential energy, or what we call CAPE. That's the acronym for what I just said. Um, Now, if we do get some holes in the clouds, it is possible that we could see enough instability to maybe pop some stronger storms this afternoon. Looks like there's maybe some holes in the clouds there. That's Lake Cumberland, and then this is Dale Hollow Lake. So it looks like, there's the Cumberland River going into Lake Cumberland, Monticello, that area. But Albany and southward into Dale Hollow is where we're seeing some opening of the clouds for now. But everything Bowling Green and west is pretty cloudy. Looks like there may be some holes opening up between Springfield and Portland, Tennessee, just north of Nashville as you go up 65. And we could see maybe a hole or two open up back west of us today. But look at all this down south. I mean, look at the intensity and the darkness. I mean, big, big area of thunderstorms and severe weather. And there's more brewing. You can see it back here into Texas with the high resolution visible clouds. And then there's a lot coming off of the Gulf of Mexico here. So that's why things are so unstable down south of us and will be unstable for those folks today. Um, so, yeah, the threat will continue, especially southward today. A little bit of it may try to work into southern Kentucky. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. And of course, we will. I will personally keep an eye on that. Let's go to the Kentucky Mesonet Network and let's see how the temperatures are behaving this morning. And let's see how much rain we've picked up so far. All right. Right now, as of 8:15 in the morning, we are looking at, again, upper 50s to low 60s, just like yesterday. Although we had a high of 68 yesterday, I'm going a little warmer today simply because we might see that break or two in the cloud cover. And there's more of a southerly fetch in here. The winds are going to become breezier today, and the dew points are a little higher, upper 50s to low 60s. So we have dew points equal with the air temperature. What that means is nearly 100% saturation, relative humidity, 100%. So it won't take much today. Even just the slightest bit of sun coming through will pop thunderstorms. Okay. See there? There's the temperature. You just saw the dew points almost exactly. And as you can see, even here in Warren County, look over to the right here. See that humidity? 96.8%, dew point of 60, and the temperature is 61. So that's what I'm talking about. When the air temperature meets up with the dew point temperature, you almost have 100% relative humidity. That's what that's all about. In other words, it is soupy, really soupy outside. Since midnight, the Corvette plant has picked up almost a third of an inch of rain, while down at the Ag Expo Center, the sensor there only about a tenth of an inch. Other locations, a tenth of an inch or less, except for Morgantown, has picked up a third of an inch, almost a half inch up in Muhlenberg County. So, oh, look at that, 8,500s up in Ohio County near Hartford. Let's go back 24 hours, and you can see where the heaviest rains have fallen. That would be Hopkins, Muhlenberg, Ohio. You may want to count Grayson in there as well. Breckenridge County, look at that, 1.42 inches. 1.02, that's Hardin County, E-Town. There's LaRue County, 1.15 up around Hodgenville. Abe Lincoln Country, 6,100s down in Albany, Clinton County. Lesser amounts across the Tennessee border. It's been mostly north where we've had the most amount of rain, according to the Kentucky Mesonet Network. And there's more coming. Like I said, anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 in this 3-day span, which started yesterday, goes through today, tonight, all day tomorrow, maybe into early Friday before it gets out of here. So it still wouldn't surprise me to see some 2.5 to 3 inch collectively totals starting in that period that started yesterday, going all the way through early Friday. It's thankfully it's not going to hit all at once, or we would have some flooding issues, big flooding issues. But that's not going to be the case. It's going to come little by little, round after round, and then collectively we're going to end up with that much rain. Let's check the model blender. Always curious to see this, to see how temperatures are going to behave over the next several days. Oh, there we go. Next several days. Again, the blend of models going 72. I'm going 73 today, about 60 or so ish tonight. A little cooler, 66 to 70 tomorrow. Again, a rainy day. Not just today, tonight, but also tomorrow into early Friday. Friday will begin to clear out by afternoon, mid 60s. Now look at the somewhat cooler mid to upper 40s for Thursday night and Friday night, but not enough to worry about frost, not enough to call it even a little winter. That's not really all that bad. Um, it is just not. I'm not even going to call it a little winter because look at these daytime highs, 60s. That's where we should be. The average high is 69. It'll be 70 in the next couple of days, but this is not bad at all. That's not a little winter. That's just a little bit of a reset. Not even a reset. It's just kind of an adjustment, a minor adjustment. But look at this. Saturday through the weekend into all of next week. Wow. Upper 70s, low 80s. You're going to think it's summertime. Then next weekend, not this weekend, but the weekend of the 19th and 20th, we do go back into the low to mid 70s. But even at night, we're only in the 50s. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So, yes, warmer days are coming. More humid days are coming. You can see that just by looking at the charts. And we just got to get through some of this rain and nasty weather, which is trying to work its way in here. Here's a look at the maps. And you can see that we do have that huge red area. Severe weather ongoing this morning. The rains down in Louisiana and parts of Mississippi have been blinding rainfall. I mean, when you're not talking about tornadoes, you're talking about flooding rainfall enough to just park cars on the interstate because you can't see to drive. The moisture content is extra high. So, if it's that way down here or down along the Gulf Coast and we're getting pieces of that energy, eventually we're going to get some of those blinding rains here in southern Kentucky with this frontal boundary and the low pressure system stalled out back to the west. So this is right now. Here comes this afternoon. More severe weather, southern Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, southern Arkansas. Here we go into this evening. Still more severe weather. Look at this low pressure system, warm front, cold front, stalled front. I mean, this thing is just jammed up jelly tight, as the song says. Lots of rain for us, rumbles of thunder, maybe a gust of wind with any stronger storm. Here's Bowling Green, I-65. This is 7 o'clock tonight. Here's early tomorrow morning. More rain and thunderstorms, probably like this morning for the drive into work for some of you. Now, the low pressure system does come through and strengthens a bit as it moves across the Ohio and the Wabash River valleys tomorrow morning or Thursday morning. Yes, tomorrow morning. Today is Wednesday. So there you go. More rain and thunderstorms. This thing gets wound up. We're going to have more of a breeze, more of a wind. There's a small threat that there could be a few stronger storms out of this system until it gets out of here by Thursday night or early Friday morning. A little piece of energy still swinging through Friday morning until it's out of here Friday afternoon. Here we go into Saturday looks good. Sunday looks good. Monday looks good. Late afternoon shower. Here's some instability that's coming through the Central Plains into the Mississippi Valley. Not real organized yet until we get into Tuesday of next week. And then we could be looking at almost the same kind of scenario over again with rain and thunderstorms, maybe some severe weather with as warm as it's going to get. That could be a player in next week's weather. Speaking of severe weather, like I said, it's not much of a threat. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Storm Prediction Center trying to paint in a little something, I think, just in case. This is today, this afternoon, level 1 marginal. If we get some holes opening up in the clouds, if we don't, forget about it. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Level 1 marginal. If we get the instability this afternoon. Again, not a big threat. Low wind, tornado threat, severe wind or damaging wind threat, little bit maybe. Again, if we get some sun, hail threat, Okay, how about tomorrow? Well, there's a little bit more of a severe weather threat northeast of us. Frankfort, Lexington, down to London, Corbin, Prestonsburg, Ashland, Huntington, Cincinnati. And there's still a level 1 threat for Bowling Green, southern Kentucky, eastern middle, eastern middle Tennessee. This would be tomorrow morning to midday, but still not that much of a threat. Tornado threat further northeast. That's for tomorrow. Damaging wind threat, again, more northeast of us. Hail, minor threat for tomorrow. So that's what as far as severe weather threats, the big threat today, as you very well know, look at that down there. Whew. And I've got family, or Sheila actually, well, it's my family too, but Sheila has family in Hattiesburg, Columbia, Laurel, and they're under the big tornado threat today. Damaging wind threat, large hail threat, all of the threats. That's today. Gulf Coast. See, that's taking most of the energy that we would need here for a severe weather threat. But we don't have that today. Not for us. We're on the northern edge of all that. Rainfall totals, I'll give you a quick look at that. before I go. It's backed off a lot from what we had the previous 2 days. Um, the majority now, the heaviest rains, except for the Gulf Coast, of course, is west of us along the front that is stalled. We're now looking at maybe an inch, inch and a half. There would be some locally isolated 2-inch rainfall amounts. And this is again collectively, not all at once, over the next few days. So maybe that's good that they've backed off the potential rainfall totals for us. Maybe it's not going to be as much as we thought, but just a good drink of water. We could use that just to stay on pace with where we need to be for this time of the year. Rain and a few thunderstorms today, 73, 63 tonight, around 70 tomorrow. All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you tonight. News 45, 6 and 10, and on your radio right now. It's the Chris Allen Morning Show at Sam 100.7. God bless you.